All right. Welcome, everyone, to the Meet Us in the Ring podcast. Welcome back if you are a subscriber. How are you doing today, Maddie?
I'm doing good. Sorry we're a little late, guys. We had some technical difficulties, but we got our shit together, so we're ready.
Yeah, my headphones decided to not work for a second, and I had to unplug and replug and do a bunch of stuff. But we're here, and this is our new time. Well, we're testing it out. Testing it
Yeah.
out 4 o'clock and 7 o'clock. So, hello, Twisted Bliss 1991. Thank you for coming to the chat. So today we are going to do wrestlers that have been in movies. But before we get to that, I wanted to talk to you about you went to a live show yesterday.
Yes, I did.
How was that?
Oh my god, I had so much fun. My throat is killing me from screaming, crying. There was a lot going on. It was so much fun. I got to see my girl. She saw me. And that just made my night. I was crying. It was my first time seeing Cody Rhodes in person. That was so cool. I was bawling my eyes out like a total nerd. It was so much fun. No Roman Reigns. I mean, how much better could it get? No, I'm kidding.
I mean, of course he wasn't there. Does Roman Reigns even do house shows?
He used to.
I think he does, yeah.
It's all good. I've seen him plenty of times. I could use the time off.
I know, and you texted me because Bianca saw your sign. Love that for you.
She did. She pointed and waved twice. Oh my god. I got 2 blown kisses from the EST. I'm like on cloud 9 right now. Very excited.
Well, I'm so glad you had that because I know the last few months have been kind of rough. So
yeah.
At least you got to have that moment with Bianca and go to a live show. I mentioned in last week's podcast, I was manifesting that WWE needed to come to California. They finally released California dates, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to go.
No.
Yeah, first of all, it's like an hour and a half away, kind of, maybe like an hour, but I mean, I know that's kind of a short drive, but also like it's like 3 days before I'm supposed to go on vacation, and so I'm like, do I want to spend the money? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see if I go to the live event.
Get house show tickets that go pretty damn cheap, I will say.
Well, actually, it's not a house show. It's a Raw. So.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Nah, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows if I'll be able to go? But
play by ear,
Yeah, I mean, it's not until September. So I have time.
Yeah, you got plenty of time.
I really want to go because I really want to do another like either cosplay or just like a really decked out outfit. I've gotten a new wave of inspiration, so
as I've been seeing on your gram.
That. Yes, and I have 2 more coming. So make sure you guys are following me on Instagram. Make sure you follow me on TikTok. Follow Maddie on all of her socials. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast. Follow us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff. So, to get to today's topic, how many movies have you seen, do you think, that have wrestlers in them?
A lot, I would say. A lot.
Do you have any favorites?
I love Trainwreck. I know John Cena plays a very small part in that movie, and I'm not an Amy Schumer fan, but that is a great movie. I think she did a good job in that. And John Cena played a dumb meathead. I mean, it was great. It was awesome.
Yeah, he's really good at playing that.
The Suicide Squad was really, really good. He played Peacemaker. Love that movie. I also saw another good one was Knock at the Cabin with Batista. That is a really underrated horror movie. Highly recommend to my horror fans. So, I mean, I could go on and on. There's a lot.
Well, I decided to pull, I have 10 or 11 movies that I want to talk about specifically. I think it's a good mix of, ones that we've probably seen and, haven't seen and loved or maybe not liked. So, I think it's a good mix. So, I'm going to pull up my presentation. Hold on.
Let's get into it.
Share my screen really quick. Yeah, I have a couple that are I just love them so much. Let's see. Oh,
Ooh. What is
hello.
this? Princess Bride.
So the first one, yes, Princess Bride.
The very
Oh,
iconic movie. Very,
oh,
in my opinion,
hello.
controversial movie
Okay.
as well. Is this the original?
Yes, I think this is the original one, and The Princess Bride. I've actually never seen this movie.
I have, unfortunately.
It came out in 1987. By the way, I have these movies in like chronological order.
Oh, I
So,
love that. Okay.
yeah, yeah. So I've actually never seen this movie, and that would probably come like as a surprise to some people because I am a very like Disney princesses fantasy type of person.
Very that, yeah.
So, and Andre the Giant is in this movie,
I
which
was
is
gonna
why
say, who the
it's
fuck
on
is
this
that?
list.
That's crazy. I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, so Andre the Giant is in this, and um, so you said you have seen this movie,
Unfortunately, yeah.
so I take it you didn't like it.
It was fine. It was fine. It was well done. It was very, very boring for me. Like, frick. Oh my
Really?
god. Yes, very slow. But some people like that pace. Some people like, a very drawn out story. So, all creds to you if you like that kind of thing. I personally just was not vibing with it, but I
Yeah.
understand when people say it's a classic, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a take neither here nor there because I haven't seen it, but I just wanted to add it because it had Andre the Giant,
That's
R.I.P.
crazy. Rest in
Um,
peace.
one of the first few wrestlers, I think, to be in a movie. So
Yeah. Yeah. And that is so, that's very strange. It doesn't seem like his kind of movie.
yeah, huh?
I believe this stars Mandy Patinkin. I think that's his name, who played Jason Gideon in Criminal Minds. Like,
What?
I think. Yeah. Fuck, I
I
don't know.
love
I haven't
Criminal
seen this movie in
Minds.
years. What's going on, Eric? What's going on, Phil?
Yeah, I mean, I should watch it because like it's like a cult classic, apparently.
I believe he played Inigo Montoya. Yeah.
I love Criminal Minds. That's one of my favorite shows of all time.
Me too. Love that show. Seen every single episode.
So let us know what you guys think about The Princess Bride. And do you think that Andre the Giant did a good job acting? I don't know because I didn't see it. I'm sure it's like a very typical, wrestler portraying a character type of thing, but I don't know. So the next one we have, this is also before your time, even before my time, really. I feel like I saw this movie when I was
I
a kid.
have not.
Um, but I don't remember any of this movie. I just remembered that Hulk Hogan was in it. This is Three Ninjas High Moon at Mega Mountain, and it came out in 1998. So I was
Wow,
5 years
okay.
old when this came out.
I was not alive.
And my brother and I, we like the Three Ninjas, the second one, because for some reason we just gravitated towards that one. It's like a full trilogy. I think there's actually like 4 movies of the Three
Oh my god.
Ninjas, but they're all like different actors who are playing like the same characters of the kids. It's really strange, but
Oh
that's the
lord.
that's the 90s for you.
Yeah, I might take a pass on this one. Has anyone seen this? Anyone seen this movie? It
I
doesn't
think
seem
this
like it.
is I think this was like one of Hulk Hogan's first roles, very early on, obviously, like 1998. So
Yeah,
he still looked relatively young, before all the controversies. I mean, there was probably still some back then,
I'm sure. What up,
realistically.
Junior? Junior's here. The party can start. Junior's here.
Oh, Junior, thank you for being here as always. We appreciate you. But yeah, so yeah, another movie where I'm like, I don't even remember. It was probably bad. Let's be real.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this a flop.
Based off of like this poster, I'm like, this looks cheesy.
Yeah, flop, top, flop. I'm gonna give this a flop. Same with Princess Bride. That gets a flop from me.
Well, moving on to one that I could talk about forever. Ready to Rumble is my favorite wrestling movie of all time. And
Wow.
just, I know that's a bold statement, but it's the truth. I love this movie. And there's no reason why I should love this movie. Like,
Is
it's
it
not
not good?
great. I mean, no, it is. Like, it's super funny. Obviously has David Arquette and Scott Conn, like two people that I think are really good actors. But it's so it's so stoner comedy. I mean, obviously they're not stoners, but like it's that type of comedy, and so a lot of people don't like it. I think it has like a 25% on Rotten Tomatoes or something.
I mean, the thing with Rotten Tomatoes, like some of the movies on there, they'll give 4%, and I'll be like, well, I thought that was a good movie. So I never always go with the audience score, not the critics.
Yeah, I mean, same. So this movie came out in 2000. So we're at least
Still wasn't born
in the
yet.
2000s. So
I have not seen this.
I was like 7 when this movie came out, but there are so many wrestlers in this movie, and just to name a few, Diamond Dallas Page. A lot of them were like WCW guys at the time. Because have you seen this movie?
I have not. No.
So the premise of this movie is these two guys, they lose their jobs and they run into a wrestler. Well, it's so hard to explain. They go to a they go to a WCW show, and then on the way back they get into a car accident, and then they like lose their jobs, and instead of going home, they decide to like go on this mission to save this wrestler and like get him back in the game basically. And the guy who plays like the main character, he's not a wrestler, he's an actor, and there's just a whole bunch of people in this. Diamond Dallas Page, Goldberg is in this. Rey Mysterio has a cameo, like without his mask.
Whoa.
Yeah. Who else is in this? I'm trying to think. John Cena was actually an extra in this movie, and this was 2 years before his WWE debut, and he's not even credited in the movie because he's just an extra, like as one of the guys in the gym.
That's
like,
insane.
It's a really random fact, but yeah. So there's a lot of wrestlers in this movie. Like obviously, I know more, but I just can't think of them on the top of my head right now. Sid Vicious, I think, is in this movie. Who else? I don't know. There's a lot of people, but yeah, it's easily one of my favorite wrestling movies, if not my favorite wrestling movie of all time. It's just so funny. Like I said, David Arquette and Scott Conn are just iconic, and they were so good as a duo, so hilarious. And this is very much like a typical like teenage boy movie.
Yeah, like a Matt Riddle
just love it.
Movie.
Yeah, but I love it so much. And you know, it has a lot of heartfelt moments, but also has a lot of like really cringy comedy. And that's what makes it good. And I suggest that everyone watch this movie at least once. It might not be for everyone, but you'll appreciate all of the wrestler cameos. So
yeah, I mean, I like David Arquette, so I'm intrigued. I will definitely give this a watch.
Yeah, and I think this movie like kind of sparked his wanting to be a wrestler. Like, because I know he's done some matches, but I think after this movie, I mean, I think he was a wrestling fan before, but then after doing this movie, like he really it was something that he wanted to do. So yeah. I think that's really cool if people can have different career paths, even though they're good at what they do, you know?
Yeah.
So moving on.
Giving us a top.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this movie's love it. The next one.
Oh shit.
The Scorpion King. So I believe this was The Rock's like first big role.
I am not sure.
I think this was his first like lead role.
Yeah.
So have you seen this movie?
A very long time ago, yeah. I will not watch it again.
You know, and everyone knows about the CGI and all and the issues with that. But I think for The Rock's first film, I liked it.
It could have been
I
a lot
haven't
worse, yeah.
yeah, I haven't seen it in a long time. But I think it was obviously, you know, a big stepping stone for him in his
Mm-hmm.
career
For sure.
into becoming the billion-dollar A-list actor that he is today.
Yeah. This was definitely his foot in the door, for sure.
Yeah, and I think he was still wrestling at the time when he was doing this, but he was
Wow.
just like taking breaks whenever he needed to film.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean this movie it it's a product of its time for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I think like for the time people like watching this would be like, "Whoa, that's cool." But now, of course, we have like, class A CGI, AI and all that, so we look at this and think that's really cheesy, corny, but for the time it was good for what it was.
Yeah, I mean I would definitely go back and watch it just to kind of refresh my memory, but obviously this was the starting point for The Rock and now he has a really good acting career. I mean,
Mhm.
he's one of the most like famous people right now.
I
Like
believe like the last time I checked he was the highest paid actor in the entire world.
it's very possible.
It could be different now with, the other movies coming out, but he's definitely like top 5 at least, so.
Yeah, and like everyone always, you know, gives him a hard time, like, oh, he just plays the same characters over and over, blah blah,
I
whatever.
mean,
But like, I don't know what you expect from this man.
true,
he
yeah.
has a certain look. I mean, he's done comedy roles, he's done serious roles, he's done, you know, he's done different things. But
Yeah.
it's hard when you look a certain way and like
Hmm.
you don't do dramatic transformations,
Yeah, and especially when
like
you're
Jonah
known for
Hill.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Jonah Hill has gone from like fat to skinny to completely changing his appearance for different roles. And so
Hmm.
like that's okay for someone like that, but someone like The Rock, it really doesn't matter what you do, like you're gonna look like The Rock.
Right, exactly. There's no going around it.
Yeah. So Dwayne The Rock Johnson, we love you. Keep
We
doing
do.
what you're doing.
But if I'm watching.
Oh, I can't hear you. Oh no.
Technical issues, hello.
Still having
Alright.
those technical issues, guys. We got
We're
it.
back. I'm back. Fixed it.
Okay, so as you were
Moving
saying.
on. Yeah, I would not watch this movie unless I had, some kind of buzz in my system.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and give this a flop.
Yeah, it's gonna
But
get a flop. It's gonna in the middle. I'd say in the middle.
okay,
It's like
okay,
it's like
we'll do.
a meh.
Yeah,
It's a
we'll
meh.
do in the middle.
Yeah.
So the next movie I have for us is the first Spider-Man with Tobey
Wow.
Maguire. From this was also 2002.
The
So
only Spider-Man.
okay, well I'm a Tom Holland fan. I wasn't a fan of Homecoming. Sorry to everyone who thinks that's like the best Spider-Man movie ever, but I was not a fan of Homecoming. But I was a big fan of Tobey Maguire though. Like
Oh
he will
yeah.
always be, you know, my Spider-Man because I was a kid then, and Spider-Man's for kids. That just is what it is.
He's also
But
the best Spider-Man. So
and Macho Man Randy Savage was in this movie. And I actually forgot about that until my husband
yeah.
brought it up. He was like, "Why don't you do Spider-Man? You know, Macho Man's in it." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, he was
He
in
didn't have
this."
a very large. Did he have a large role? I don't think so.
No, I mean
I
it
can't.
wasn't like he was the prime, you know, antagonist. Oh my gosh,
That would have been cool.
he was also in Ready to Rumble. Sorry, that's
Oh, there
another
you
person
go.
who was in Ready to
Making
Rumble.
making his
Duh,
rounds.
I don't know how I forgot that, but yeah, I don't know how I forgot that, but yeah. So he's in Spider-Man, and I think, you know, dare I say, he started the wrestlers in comic book movies.
I think so. I would definitely give him
So
that credit.
snaps for Randy Savage.
I can't snap, so I'll just do this.
Can you not snap?
Nope. I literally am incapable. Is it your middle finger and your thumb?
Yeah, middle finger and thumb.
I can't do it.
Sorry, guys. Side quest. Um, but but I love Spider-Man. It's very rewatchable, and Tobey Maguire was great. We won't talk about the third Spider-Man movie. It's fine.
Yeah, no. Doesn't need to be discussed.
I actually watched that one more than any other one, though, because that was the one that I had on DVD at the time.
Fair enough.
But now with streaming, I can go back and watch these ones. So
yeah.
So thank you, Disney Plus, for putting Spider-Man on there.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
this obviously
definitely gets top. Absolutely.
Yeah. Big thumbs up. We love Spider-Man. And yeah, it was a very small role. But like I said, I think Randy Savage started the comic book movie trend for wrestlers. So
yeah,
that's a pretty big deal. And if I'm wrong, someone tell me, because I very well could be.
Someone just knocked on my door. Give me 1 second.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, I want to talk about...
Oh, I got ding dong ditched. Okay.
Oh. Cool. Love that, guys. You never know what's going to happen live.
I don't know what's happening.
Just the perks of being a live stream podcast. We can't edit this out.
Yeah, somebody is ding dong ditching me. It's very rude.
That is so rude. Don't they know that we're filming?
I know. Very strange. Anyway, this is a great movie. Tobey Maguire, Randy Savage. We love to see it. And ew, Adam Sandler. I hate this already.
Okay. But have you seen this movie, Maddie?
I have not, so I won't say anything. Oh my god, Chris Rock.
Oh my goodness.
Oh god, I'm not watching this fucking movie.
Okay.
Ew.
I know some of these people are problematic now, but
so problematic.
The Longest Yard came out in 2005, and this is also just one of my favorite movies. It just is. It was so good. So Maddie, since you've never seen it, I'll tell you the premise. So Adam Sandler's character, he is an ex-pro football player. Like, not realistic, but whatever. And he ends up, like, drinking and driving. He gets arrested. He gets sent to prison. And he ends up at this prison where there's, all of these people that you see. And the warden is like, hey, I want you to help me with our, like, guard football team. And then, so he has to take all of the prisoners and, like, make a football team. And then they have, like, they have a game at the end. And they win. And it's, yay. Happy ending. But this movie is so funny. I literally still quote it to this day. And it came out in 2005.
Wow.
And I think... you can see on here already that Goldberg is in this movie, and the Great Khali.
Yeah.
The fact that the Great Khali is in this movie, but also Stone Cold Steve Austin is in this movie. He plays like a white racist Texan hick.
I mean,
guard.
There you go.
But,
perfect.
Hey, but it worked.
Yeah, I'm sure he could.
And then also Kevin Nash is in this movie, which, like, was really random to me, but
yeah,
he also plays a guard, and he's hilarious in this role. I really want you to watch this movie just once.
Oh boy.
And if it's not your fave, then I'll let it go, but I think it's hilarious.
Adam Sandler, Chris Rock, two people I don't like, and it's about American football,
I know.
Which is, like, the most boring fucking sport. Like, holy crap. Sorry, football fans.
I know. You kind of just gotta look past that. I mean, it also has Nelly. Does that help?
Yeah, that does help a little.
Yeah, like I said, Goldberg, Great Khali, Stone Cold, Kevin Nash. I don't know if anyone else is in it. I don't think so, but that's, another sport movie that has wrestlers in it, which is also a common trend because a lot of them were football players. So I think that's like a natural segue is to play someone who plays football in a movie.
Yeah.
Because I know Goldberg for sure played football. Stone Cold Steve Austin for sure played football. And then the Great Khali, he has like 6 lines in the whole thing.
I'm not
But
surprised.
but his comedic timing is fantastic. It really was.
Probably better than Adam
And
Sandler's.
I mean, Adam Sandler was great at one point in time.
Yeah.
I don't know when kind of the shift went down, but
Lord.
He had a good few years on top.
Yeah. I like him in a few movies, but not a lot.
Yeah, I mean this is my favorite Adam Sandler movie.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So yeah, I love seeing the wrestlers in this movie. I think it always just adds an extra layer of like, okay, that these guys aren't just like actors who just work out and that's it. It's like people who are actual sports athletes, but also like entertaining. They know how to be entertainers. They know how to be athletes. So it's a natural segue for them to go into this type of role.
Yeah.
And I think it's the second time we've had Goldberg in this list.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so we've had Macho Man twice and we've had Goldberg twice. So
right. This is gonna get
they're the top guys right now. Okay, well you haven't seen it yet, so don't give it a thumbs down just yet. Put it right here, and then you can text me either a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Fair enough.
Moving on to a movie I have not seen, but I was told to put it on this list, and it is See No Evil with Kane.
I actually have not seen this either, but I've heard a lot about it.
Yeah, apparently it's like a, what's that guy's name? Oh my gosh, why can't I think of it? Like, it's like the guy in Silence of the Lambs. I guess it's like that kind of vibe.
Oh, Anthony Hopkins?
I don't know. I was just thinking of the character, but I don't know the character. Yeah, I guess it's like kind of in that vein. Okay. But I have not seen this. I'm not a big horror movie person. I don't know about you.
Literally, what other movies are there to watch?
Girl, I just gave you like 5.
Insidious 5 just came out. I'm very excited.
I don't know. I've never been a horror movie person, and I think it's because I'm already like kind of paranoid as it is.
You're more of a Disney kind of person, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm a Disney person. I'm also like a Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, like
period.
I'm that type of gal.
Fair enough.
I don't like horror films.
That hurts me to hear, honestly. Insidious 5 it did come out junior, yeah.
It probably has something to do with my anxiety because I'm already an anxious person and paranoid. So seeing like here's the thing, I think I could be okay watching like scenarios that like would not happen in real life, but when it comes to like real life type of things, I'm more scared of that. So like The Purge, obviously it's like not a scary movie, but like still made me paranoid.
Oh, I disagree with. I think the first one is very, very creepy.
I actually haven't seen the first one. I've only seen the second one. Don't ask why, because I don't know.
The first one is the best. I'm obsessed with the Purge movies. I've seen the TV show as well. It's such a fucked up concept, and it's beautiful, and I love it. And I hope it never happens, but we'll see. We never know in America,
Yeah, honestly. But like, what's another one? I don't know. Movies that are like based in like I don't like serial killer movies, even though I watch Criminal Minds, which like doesn't make sense. But yeah. It doesn't make sense how I watch Criminal Minds, but I won't watch like serial killer movies or like slasher movies, or movies where people like are breaking into your house. Like I can't do it because I'm already.
Home invasion movies are my favorite horror movies. They really are, and that makes me sound so fucked up, but like they're so good. Oh man. If anybody, Hush on Netflix, wow, that is a beautiful movie. There's like barely any gore. It's more I prefer horror movies that are more suspense based rather than blood and
Mm.
guts. I find that to be very unnecessary at times. So more suspense, more thrill. That's what I prefer. But you know, sometimes people got to get their head chopped off every now and then. Oh, I don't want to get banned. Probably shouldn't say that.
I know you're gonna get our stream shut down. No, but I think I'm kind of the opposite of like I don't like the suspense because of my anxiety.
Fair enough. Also, somebody
I
said
don't
The
like that.
Strangers 2 is good. No, it wasn't. Don't lie to yourself. It's a terrible movie. Sorry, had to rant for a second there.
Never seen it, so I don't know.
Yeah, God bless Kane. Whatever. I'm actually no, because he's like a Terrifier 2. I would literally rather die than watch that movie. Absolutely. Mary would literally want to like just gouge her eyes out and watch that. That is apparently one of the most disgusting movies ever. I'm so bad I don't want to go into detail to gross out any viewers, you know, like whew.
Yeah.
Moving on.
But this was actually I don't know if you can see it on the poster, but this was actually a WWE movie, which I
Oh
found
shit.
interesting and is another reason I wanted to add it because, you know, I could have put like The Marine, which is also a WWE movie that had John Cena and then it had The Miz. And we love The Miz here.
Yes,
Love
we
him.
do.
He deserves more roles. I wish he would have gotten the role in Mortal Kombat 2 that's supposed to be happening.
Yeah.
I was really hoping he was going to get it, but
I think he
it
was
is
too.
it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, he really wanted to. He really wanted to play it, and I would have loved to see The Miz in that movie. But talking about Kane, here's the thing. I feel like this was like a natural type of thing for him because
Yeah.
his whole character was meant to be scary.
Mm-hmm.
Like
It was
Kane
very
as a
perfect, yeah.
character was meant to be terrifying. Literally was like so he was supposed to be, you know, burnt to a crisp because
Yeah.
of a fire that the Undertaker set, and we all believed it for the longest time.
Literally, yeah. And now he's
So
a
I don't know.
fucking politician.
Yeah, what is he? He's like the mayor of Knoxville or something.
Yeah, Miss Bel Air's, you know, hometown. Very
How
hilarious.
interesting.
Yeah.
But yes, I've never seen this movie. I don't think I'm going to see this movie.
No, me neither.
But just wanted to throw it in there for, you know, a change of pace to a horror film.
Hell yeah.
All right, next up is Guardians of the Galaxy, which I love Guardians of the Galaxy. Groot is my favorite Guardian, but obviously we're here to talk about Batista in this role.
Never even seen these series at all, to be
Oh,
honest.
Maddie, you're killing me here.
I'm sure they're good movies. I have zero interest, honestly. Like it.
Do you just
seems,
like not like movies?
I'm not a Marvel person. I don't like.
Oh,
Marvel
are you a DC person, or you just don't care for comic book films?
DC, absolutely, all the way, 100%.
See, I pick and choose with DC. Like I love Harley Quinn. She's my favorite thing about DC. I love her so much. And then I'm actually gonna go see the Blue Beetle when it comes out. I suggest everyone go see it.
That actually looks really bad, in my opinion.
To me, it looks better than a lot of movies that have come out from DC in recent history. So
I think they've been doing pretty well lately. I think they've been doing pretty well.
Girl, with Flash?
Oh, I didn't watch that shit. I didn't watch that. Shouldn't that guy be in jail? Ezra Miller? Shouldn't he literally be in prison?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I loved The Batman with Robert Pattinson. That movie is absolutely spectacular. It's amazing. I loved The Suicide Squad. Both of them, they're really good. I guess Joaquin Phoenix's Joker was part of DC. I don't know if it's like directly like entangled, but obviously that movie is fantastic.
Never saw it.
Wow. Okay, fair enough. Highly recommend. It's iconic. But yeah, I mean, Iron Man, all that bullshit, I don't care. so, honestly. So I'm sure this
Wow.
is a great series. I've just never picked up on it.
Well, I think you should give this one a try, and then if you don't like it, then you don't have to watch the other ones. But at least give this one a try. Groot is my favorite. I love
Of
Groot so
course.
much, which is the tree.
The
Um,
fucking tree.
but Batista,
Yeah.
I did not know how it was gonna go with him in like a comedy role, just because I
Mm-hmm.
feel like on WWE he was very serious and like the big tough guy and like
Yeah.
maybe I don't know. That's just the vibe that I always got, and so I was like, he's gonna do like this comedy role in like a comic book movie,
Yeah.
but he was fantastic.
He's probably the best wrestler actor, I think, in my opinion.
I think the difference is that he obviously he was a huge star in
Mhm.
WWE, but I feel like he wasn't at the star power level of Rock and John Cena. So people can still watch Batista in movies and be like, "Oh, that's just an actor," instead of it
Yeah.
being like that's Batista. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But
definitely.
John Cena, it's like even if you see him as Peacemaker, or you see him in whatever, like you're like that's John Cena. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's hard to separate John Cena from, John Cena, WWE, it's hard to I mean, I think he's a good actor. I think he killed it in Peacemaker, the series and the Suicide Squad movie. But,
Hmm.
every time I see him, it's always gonna be like na 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 na, all
Yeah.
the you can't see me jokes. Like it's gonna be hard for fans to separate that. But it's definitely a lot easier with Batista.
Yeah, so like when I watch Guardians of the Galaxy, I see Drax. Like I don't really obviously I see Batista obviously, but I see him as the character, and I think
Yeah.
that's the important part. And I think that's when you've succeeded as an actor. When someone can see you as a specific character rather than yourself.
Yeah, and Batista is very versatile in his acting, like from doing
Hmm.
horror movies, comedy movies, superhero movies, whatever. He's really able to immerse himself in that kind of role. Not that other wrestler actors can, it's just Batista is he very much excels at it, and it's really great to see whenever he's in a movie. So,
Yeah, his comedy was great in this, like his comedic timing and the delivery. Because I don't know how much you know about like what his character is supposed to be like, but
is he the
um,
raccoon or
no. So he's this one.
okay?
So his character, I don't remember what race it is, but he's part of an alien species. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get roasted, by Marvel fans, but I don't remember what his species name is. But basically, they are very like dry in terms of like they don't understand like sarcasm and like
Okay.
things like that. So a lot of things just go over his head. And then like one of the lines is the raccoon says like, "Oh, he doesn't understand metaphors. It'll go right over his head." And then Batista's character says like, "Nothing goes over my head. Like I would catch it. I'm too quick." It's just like they don't get like metaphors and like sarcasm and stuff.
Okay.
So they're very just like a straightforward people, and he plays it so well, and you truly believe like he is that character, and I think that's
Yeah.
such a good quality to have
Yeah, for
as an
sure.
actor, and he takes acting very seriously, so
Hmm.
kudos to Batista.
Major Kudo and Chris Pratt is in it, so you can't go wrong with Chris Pratt.
Well, I mean you can, but we
I
we
was
won't talk about that.
There was a little sarcasm in that, but overall, I do enjoy a good Chris
Oh,
Pratt movie from now and then.
I wasn't looking at you, so I didn't see the sarcasm. Yeah, and this movie came out in 2014. Just wanted to mention
Oh
that
my
because we're still
god,
going in. That was
that's
so
almost 10
long
years
ago.
ago.
Ugh. Uh,
How many
makes me
of
upset.
these movies have they made? Like three?
3. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
And that was the last one, to my knowledge. They
Are
kind of
they?
were like we're making 3 and that's it.
If only they would do. Are they done with the Avengers movies? Can I stop hearing about that, or do we have
Uh,
more bullshit coming?
I don't think they're gonna be called Avenger movies. I mean, maybe I don't remember all the titles because they
Aren't they all
have movies.
dead?
Well, they have movies slated until like 2027 right now, so.
Yeah, with the
But no, but
strike.
in Endgame, they all came back to life, Maddie. Duh.
No, just die already.
Some are gone though. Like Iron Man is dead.
Bye.
Couple other people, but
Period.
yeah. But Guardians of the Galaxy, it's a good comic book movie that doesn't necessarily feel like a comic book movie. Like it just feels like you're watching a sci-fi movie. So
yeah,
I think that's nice.
We'll give this.
Moving on, we mentioned this movie a little bit ago,
Instant
but
thumbs up.
Trainwreck came out in 2015. I really liked this movie when I first saw it. Obviously, Amy Schumer is a very controversial person. Now, even a few years ago, she has been controversial for being a joke stealer and things like that. But I digress. John Cena in this movie was hilarious.
Yes.
If anyone doesn't know,
didn't Endgame come out like 5 years ago? Y'all need to calm down.
Yeah, honestly.
If you haven't seen that movie by now, that is your fault.
Yeah. But
also,
if anyone doesn't know, Trainwreck is about a girl who basically has commitment issues until she meets this guy, Bill Hader. But at one point, she is like friends with benefits with John Cena's character, and he wants to like be in a serious relationship with her, but he's just like typical like buff meathead and like just doesn't get it. And I think it was a good start for John Cena, I think. I mean, obviously I know he was in things before this, but for me, like this was kind of the start of him really being in Hollywood and like doing movies consistently. And I remember the reason I saw this movie in particular was because on Total Divas, this was brought up. Hey,
I watched that show too, but we always come back to the Divas somehow.
I know.
I love it.
So on Total Divas, Nikki was talking about this movie because John has a scene where you can see his butt. Oh, yeah. And she was like, I don't know how I feel about like, the whole world seeing your butt and da-da-da. And so that's not the reason why I watched this movie, but
no. This is actually a genuinely good movie.
It's a funny movie. It's just hard for me to separate Amy Schumer from it now.
Yeah. I didn't mind her. I do not find her funny. I kind of find her quite insufferable, actually. But in this movie, I thought she was great. She was funny. She didn't overdo it, which leads me to believe that she didn't have too much hand in the writing aspect of it. I love Bill Hader. I thought their chemistry was actually really, really good. And I thought it was a great movie. Amy didn't bother me too much at all in this movie. It's great. Loved John Cena's little cameo. I think Michael Jordan isn't LeBron James in this movie too?
Oh, is he? I don't remember.
Yes, he is. He is.
I haven't rewatched it. I haven't rewatched this movie in a long time, but
because Bill Hader plays like a sports kind of doctor.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a great movie. I love this movie a lot, and I should really rewatch it actually. Thumbs up.
Yeah. I would give this. I don't know. I'll give it like this. Actually, I'll give it like this. Just a diagonal line.
Fair enough.
But as far as John Cena's role and his cameo, I think he did good.
Yeah, that's a thumbs up.
I think he's definitely made more for comedy than I think like The Rock is. I feel like The Rock is very like needs to be action with some comedy, but I think John Cena could stand alone in like a comedy movie.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, absolutely.
So next one, this is kind of a cop out, but it's Fighting with My Family, the Paige origin story.
Love this movie so much. So much.
I like how Rock is in the poster, even though he's only in the film for like 10
seconds, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, like not even long at all, but he's in the poster because he was an executive producer on it. But the main reason that I wanted to talk about this movie was because Zelina played AJ Lee.
Yes, she
And
did.
she did fantastic.
Such a great job.
Even though it was like 2 minutes and it was at the end of the movie, like Zelina just captured AJ Lee's essence so well.
Yeah.
And I think even CM Punk commented on it once. He commented on it on like
Yeah, he did.
like a GQ interview or something, or Google interview. I don't know what it was, but he was like, "Yeah, and this is who's playing my wife," and like, so I think he approved. But I don't really care about CM Punk, but I love AJ Lee so much. So
I found it a bit strange they didn't just have AJ Lee play herself. I don't know if she was busy or whatever. I don't know.
Or maybe she didn't want to. I don't know.
Perhaps, yeah. But I mean, Zelina did a great job, especially acting alongside Florence Pugh, who is probably amazing, one of the greatest actors that we have right now. Nowadays, she's amazing. This is probably the movie that really got me hooked on her. Because she's so versatile. I saw Midsummer, that was amazing. Little Women, that was amazing. She's literally like in everything nowadays.
I mean, she's in the MCU too, so
she is. She's in Oppenheimer as well. That's coming out. Literally everything. She did a great job of embodying Soraya. I love Nick Frost. He's amazing. I like Vince Vaughn too. So there was a lot of familiar faces in this. This is just a really fun movie. It tells the story of Soraya, who I don't really like anymore, but nonetheless, her story is very iconic, and so is this movie.
So did you like Soraya when she was in WWE as Paige?
I liked her before yes. And then once she got with that maggot of a boyfriend, I kind of stopped liking her.
Paige had a lot of issues, and she's still growing as a person, just like everyone. And
I'm not judging. I'm 100% not judging, the addiction issue she had. Definitely not judging, the situation, which I won't get into. That's definitely has nothing to do with why I'm not really a fan of her. I feel sorry for her because that was some bullshit. But this was a great movie. And it was also really cool to see the red carpet pictures of her and Florence together. Actually, that was pretty cool.
I don't remember those. I'll have to go look at those. But
Junior.
I love this movie.
Have you been seeing that? Like LA Knight is like on Animal Planet, Discovery. He's like literally everywhere. It's so funny.
Yeah.
But
Fighting with My Family is such a good movie. I loved seeing an origin story of a female wrestler. Like that is something that had not been done. Yeah. And the fact that, she was the anti-diva and she came from a wrestling family, and that was just so cool to me that like her journey was so cool to me, and I loved Paige. Like at first when she debuted on the main roster, I didn't like her because I was very much like loved my divas, but she grew on me so quickly, and this movie just made me love her even more. I've also seen like her biography. I think it's on like A&E or something. I don't remember where it is, but I've also seen that, and like that's really good too. I just wanted to include this movie because it's a wrestling movie, but it also has some wrestlers in it.
It's just a great movie overall. I love it.
And if you're a wrestling fan and you haven't seen this movie,
what are you doing?
Yeah, why have you not watched it? Go watch it.
Yeah.
Period. And this movie came out in 2019. The fact that it's already been that long.
That actually doesn't seem that's not as long ago as I thought.
I mean, it's 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And think of where Florence is now. Like, it's crazy. She blew up.
Midsummer sent her. I mean, she's got like 5 movies out right now. It's crazy. Not that she's the main star in all of them, but like, she's everywhere, I swear.
Yeah.
Not complaining, though. She's amazing.
And last but not least...
You have to include the Fast and Furious.
Yes, I have to include the Fast and Furious saga because obviously The Rock's in it, John Cena's in it, and Roman Reigns is in Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
Can we really talk about wrestlers in movies if we don't talk about the fact that Roman Reigns was in this movie and has started his acting career?
Hopefully he'll drop that title soon and continue acting. Yeah.
I actually haven't seen this, but I am a big
Me
fan of the
neither.
Fast and Furious movies. Fast Five is my favorite, which was the first one that The Rock was in. So that one is my absolute favorite when they're in Brazil. And then I don't know, the Hobbs and Shaw thing just like didn't really do it for me. Like I wasn't interested in, the kind of spin-off movie. I'll probably go watch this just because I want to see Roman's acting. I actually haven't seen it. What?
Uh-oh. I see. Oh,
Oh, is
there
there
we go.
technical
Sorry.
difficulties again?
Oh, can you guys still see me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're good. Isn't this movie supposed to be really good, though? I heard it
I
got a
don't
lot of
know.
good reviews. I haven't seen the only... I have never seen any of the Fast and Furious movies. I only recently watched Fast 10 because my friend was like, I haven't seen this, we should watch it. And
Mm-hmm.
it was absolutely ridiculous. It's probably some of the corniest dialogue I have ever heard in my entire life. And there was one scene with John Cena, which I won't say because I guess it's technically a spoiler, which was so like, why did you do that? That was so dumb. Like, there was no reason for you to do that. Again, I won't say because it's still fairly new.
Yeah, I haven't
Um,
seen it.
okay, good. Yeah, I won't say anything. But so when you watch that movie, you'll probably agree with me and be like, why'd you do that? Like, there was no reason. I don't know. It was very goofy. I don't have much to say about it other than that. I haven't seen this one though, so has anybody watched and seen this movie? Is it a good movie?
I'll probably watch it at some point, but I just haven't had the desire. And I haven't watched Fast 10 yet, just because we barely watched Fast 9. Me and my husband, we barely watched it. And I was like, what is happening right now? Like, they
It's very
go into outer
chaotic.
space, and I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
and like John Cena being Vin Diesel's half sibling. I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
it's all about family. Family.
Clearly,
So
even when they
important.
look nothing like you.
Yeah, I think they don't care about that anymore. I swear to God.
No,
Like
I don't either.
they I
But
guess I'll give
overall,
this a thumbs up, even though I haven't
I mean,
seen it. I don't know.
yeah, I mean, I have to go middle
Yeah,
of the
we'll
road
do in
because
the
I
middle.
haven't seen it yet.
I'm doing the
But
middle.
Idris Elba is an amazing actor. So, and is that Jessica Alba? Is that her? I think so.
I don't. It doesn't look like her. At least not from here.
Well, if you guys think we should watch this movie, uh, give
Let us
this
know.
video a like and comment and tell us.
We'll get back to you on that. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll say we watched it, but who knows? Oh, Junior said, was never a fan of Paige, TBH.
I mean, I was
It's
never really a
devastating to
big
me.
fan of her either, especially not now with just how she is in AEW. I don't know.
Yeah, I loved Paige, and I think it was just I've always been like I like the girls that are different, and
Oh
I
yeah.
think that was one of like my toxic genes growing up. But then Total Divas kind of like changed me a little bit because I was like, okay, like
Yeah.
I can like the girls who are just the girls, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now I kind of think I have like a healthy combination of both, where like like the girls who get it, and the girls who don't.
Yeah. You got a good balance going on.
Yeah. So overall, what did you think of of the list I created here?
It was a good list. We got a good list, different genres, variety genres. Got some horror, superhero, comedy. We got a bunch of different wrestlers: Cena, The Rock, Macho Man, Randy Savage, Rey Mysterio was in there. A good selection overall. Everybody do your little golf claps for Mary. Clap, 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 clap.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to make a variety. Obviously, The Rock was in there a couple times. John Cena was in there a couple times, and things like that. But I tried to get some variety. I know Dolph Ziggler has a movie, but I've never seen that one. I think that's also like a WWE produced movie, and I feel like WWE should. I feel like they should start doing that again. Like start making movies.
Yeah,
but
that would be fun.
Just make them better.
Yeah, make them a lot better.
Make them better. Use your talent.
Yeah.
Use anybody who's not currently on TV.
Yeah, literally, which is a lot of people. So
I remember actually in one of the Marine movies, Naomi's in it.
Really?
And I loved that for her.
Shout out to Trinity, the
and
new
she played
Knockouts world champion. Hello. Queen.
Crying in the club. Crying in the club because Trinity is champion.
Woo!
Where she deserves to be.
Period.
I'm glad they see that potential in her and that credibility from her, that star power from her. I'm glad they see that, and fingers crossed she'll come back to WWE, in a year or two.
All in good time.
I hope sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
But I love her so much. She was actually the first WWE Funko Pop I ever had.
Aww.
Was Naomi. And I love her so much.
Shout out to Trin. We love you.
Shout out to her. She played a badass in the Marine. I don't remember which one, but she's in one of them. Yeah, I mean, I think wrestlers in movies is going to continue to be a trend just because a lot of them are turning more towards acting, when either they feel that their career is kind of done in WWE or they just want to expand their horizons. I didn't add any shows to this list, but I mean, we could have. And we could have mentioned Mercedes, aka Sasha Banks, being in The Mandalorian.
Slay.
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge slay. And
isn't another movie coming up? It's called the Collider, the Collision, something like that. Mercedes is an upcoming. She has it's a cameo, I think. If anybody knows what that's called, it starts with a C. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't know she was coming out or like gonna be in a movie coming out, but she didn't have a lot of lines in this third season of Mandalorian.
No.
Which was like strange. She like didn't talk almost at all.
She had like maybe 2 or 3 lines per episode, which was kind of a bummer, but whatever.
Yeah, so I mean, we could have talked about so many more people that are in things, but I just wanted to make kind of that short list to just go through them and see what we've seen, what we haven't seen, what you guys like or don't like. I think for me, out of that list that I've created, probably my top 3 are Ready to Rumble, Longest Yard, and Fighting with My Family, probably.
I haven't seen like most of them, but I would go with Trainwreck, Fighting with My Family, and I guess I'll just put Princess Bride on there since I've seen it. Why not?
I really should go watch that movie.
The Collective. Thank you. It's called The Collective.
Oh, like what studio is it with? Do you know?
I have no idea. I've yet to watch the trailer.
Well, I think we're gonna wrap up here. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It's kind of a departure from what we normally do, which is talking about current things that are going on in wrestling. Jaqueline Winters, you are correct. Ronda was in Fast and Furious 7. Totally forgot about that.
I forgot about that too.
Back when, believe it or not, I was a fan of her at that time.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're a team Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler.
That promo that she cut on Ronda.
Period. Told you guys my girl Shayna can cut it on no mic.
But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Let us know what other kind of off-topic things you guys would like to see from us in the future. Upcoming, we'll have a lot of SummerSlam talk because that is our next big pay-per-view. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast. Follow us on all of our social medias if you aren't already. And if you're new here, welcome. This is our wrestling podcast, and it's a new iteration with just me and Maddie. And yeah, do you have any final words?
Bianca Belair is the greatest of all time, and I love her. Period. Make sure to follow us, each other, on our TikToks and our Instagrams, Twitter, whatever. Subscribe to the podcast. We're gonna maybe try out this time again. Maybe we'll try a different time. Whatever works the best, we'll continue to do. So thank you guys for coming by. We really appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out with us. Hopefully, you got some movies to watch now.
Yeah, let us know if you guys liked this time, if you liked our previous time. So let us know. And we will see you guys next Sunday.